Okay, they really made us wait for August. Hey guys, welcome back. It's time to look at the August selections, so let's get started. There is a poll out live currently for 24 hours for you to select which book of the month book I picked to do a spoiler talk on for the month of August. So go check that out if voting is still live and pick my reading fate. I also have to mention, I have a bad head cold right now, so if I am a little off, because I am. I'm a little sick, so bear with me here. Okay, so in August we have 6 selections. So for the poll, it only lets me do 5. That's because of YouTube. So first is magical realism. I love magical realism. Family lore. When an anthropologist puts her own family under the microscope, she uncovers plenty of secrets, drama, and magic. So it has multiple viewpoints, non-linear timeline, family drama, and literary. Fleur has a gift. She can predict to the day when someone will die. That's an awful gift to have. So when she decides she wants a living wake, a party to bring her family and community together to celebrate the long life she's led, her sisters are surprised. Has Fleur foreseen her own death or someone else's? Does she have other motives? She refuses to tell her sisters. Okay, how old is Fleur? But Fleur isn't the only person with secrets. Matt has tried for decades to cover the extent of her husband's infidelity, but she must now confront the true state of her marriage. Pastora is typically the most reserved sister, but Fleur's wake motivates this driven woman to solve her siblings' problems. Stay out of it, Pastora! Camilla is the youngest sibling and often the forgotten one, but she's decided she no longer wants to be taken for granted. And the next generation's cousins have problems of their own. Reuniting with her first love, who was imprisoned when they were both still kids. Why is there is a lot of drama in this. Anna is married for years and attempting to conceive. Anna must decide whether it's worth it to keep trying to have a child, and the anthropology research that's begun to feel lackluster. Oh, I forgot there was something about anthropology in this one. What? August 1st, publication, 384 pages. 3.8. Not doing super great. Usually feels like with ARCs, like everybody's always like, this book was so good. And it has like high ratings and stuff, but that's not super great. I feel like for like the ARC readers, I'm not in love with it. Okay, yeah, that book feels all over the place. Oh, a memoir. I have thought in the past that they should do memoirs or nonfiction. I'm not a big nonfiction reader, but I know other people are, so I'm actually very pleasantly surprised to see a memoir on here. The Many Lives of Mama Love. From suburban soccer mom to convicted felon to best-selling ghostwriter, her remarkable true story is totally riveting. Social issues, inspirational, marriage issues, alcohol, and drug abuse. Soccer mom Laura Hardin has been hiding a secret. She's funding her heroin addiction. She's funding her heroin addiction by stealing her neighbor's credit cards. Laura's convicted of 32 felonies and becomes an inmate. When she's released, she reinvents herself as a ghostwriter. Now she's legally co-opting other people's identities and getting to meet Oprah, meditate with the Dalai Lama, and have dinner with Desmond Tutu, but the shadow of her past follows her. Shame is a poison worse than heroin. There's no way to detox. Laura must learn how to forgive herself and others, navigate life as a felon on probation, prove herself that she's more good than bad, and much more. Okay. Oh, it's doing pretty good. 4.51, publication August 1st, 319 pages. Yeah, so if you like memoirs, there you go. There's a choice for you. Okay, so we have literary fiction, Happiness Falls, a repeat author, Angie Kim. And an early release. Love that. Love early releases. Okay, one biracial family grapples with the meaning of happiness in their own lives when their father suddenly goes missing. We didn't call the police right away. Sketchy. These are the first words of this extraordinary novel about biracial Korean-American family in Virginia whose lives are upended when their beloved father and husband goes missing. Mia is a 20-year-old daughter, has an explanation for everything, which is why she isn't initially concerned when her father and younger brother don't return from a walk in a nearby park. They must have lost their phone or stopped to run an errand somewhere. But by the time Mia's brother runs through the front door bloody and alone, it becomes clear that the father in this tight-knit family is missing and the only witness is Eugene. Oh, of course! Who has a rare genetic condition and cannot speak. How convenient. What follows is both a ticking clock investigation into the whereabouts of a father and an emotionally rich portrait of a family whose most personal secrets just may be at the heart of his disappearance. What'd you do to Dad, Eugene? Full of shocking twists and fascinating questions of love, language, race, and human connection. Happiness Falls is a mystery family drama and a novel of profound philosophical inquiry. It feels like it's like gonna be like a thriller, but like a low-key thriller. Okay, but my other question is, can Eugene not write? Okay, 4.18. Okay, so they said this was an early release. It's coming out the end of August, so August 29th. Yeah, so this says mystery fiction thriller. I feel like from the description, it sounds more of a mystery thriller versus like literary fiction. That one sounds interesting. I have a lot of questions for Eugene. Okay, another literary fiction, but is it actually literary fiction? That's the question. Prepare to have a big bite taken out of your heart by this lyrical meditation on marriage, grief, and a carnivorous fish. Emotional, Oh, 400 pages, I was not expecting that. Quirky and non-linear timeline. For Lewis and Wren, their first year of marriage is also their last. A few weeks after their wedding, Lewis receives a rare diagnosis. He will retain most of his consciousness, memories, and intellect, but his physical... But his physical body will gradually turn into a great white shark. Why? Where did you come up with this book idea? As Lewis develops the features and impulses of one of the most predatory creatures in the ocean, his complicated artist's heart struggles to make peace with his unfulfilled dreams. At first, Wren internally resists her husband's fate. Is there a way for them to be together after Lewis changes? He's gonna be a fish! Then a glimpse of Lewis's developing nature activates long repressed memories for Wren between her childhood living on a houseboat in Oklahoma, her time with a college ex-girlfriend, and her unusual friendship with a woman pregnant with twin birds. Okay, why is this labeled as literary fiction? I feel like this should be magical realism, because what the fuck? Woven throughout this bold novel is a story of Wren's mother, Angela, who becomes pregnant with Wren at 15 in an abusive relationship amidst her parents' crumbling marriage. In the present, all of Wren's grief eventually collides and she's forced to make an impossible choice. I swear, I am not very creative. I do not know where people get these ideas for books. That is a wild premise. Okay, Shark Heart, 4.39, 416 pages. See, this, okay, coming out August 8th. See, this says it's magical realism. We're at a normal thriller. This is more comfortable water. This is like, I know what to expect with thrillers. Like, okay, no surprises. 3P author Lisa Jewell. None of this is true. A podcaster and her subjects' lives become increasingly intertwined in this twisty tale where fact and fiction compete. See, that's a nice, basic thriller premise. Psychological, multiple viewpoints, unreliable. Ooh, I love unreliable narrators. And movie-ish. Celebrating her 45th birthday at her local pub, popular podcaster Alex crosses paths with an unassuming woman called Josie Fair. Turns out, Josie's also celebrating her 45th birthday. Wow, what a coincidence. A few days later, Alex and Josie bump into each other again, this time outside of Alex's children's school. Josie has been listening to Alex's podcast and thinks she might be an interesting subject for her series. She tells Alex, on the cusp of great changes in her life. Alex, I'm about to do something really wild. Josie's life appears to be strange and complicated. Although Alex finds her unsettling, she can't quite resist the temptation to keep making the podcast. Slowly, she starts to realize that Josie has been hiding some very dark secrets. Of course she has. And before she knows it, Josie has embellished her way into Alex's life and into her home. Did you move in? But as quickly as she arrived, Josie disappears. Only then does Alex discover that Josie has left a terrible and terrifying legacy in her wake, and that Alex has become the subject of her own true crime podcast with her life and her family's lives under mortal threat. Oh, this came out already. That sucks. Came out July 20th. That irritates me. I hate when they do that. That sounds like a nice, Classic thriller. And horror. Repeat. Oh, repeat author. Okay. Vampires of El Norte. This author wrote The Hacienda from last year, which I did not get through Book of the Month, but I did get it from the library and I read it. And it was kind of like a retelling-ish of Rebecca, and I actually really liked it. I actually liked it better than I liked Rebecca. So I'm into this. I'm curious to see what else she's doing. Sink your teeth into this sumptuous border tale full of cowboys, forbidden romance, and things that go bump in the night. Okay, if there's vampires into this, I like vampires. Oh, romance, like that too. Multiple viewpoints, feminist, and creepy. As the daughter of a rancher in 1940s Mexico, Nina knows a thing or two about monsters. Her home has long been threatened by tensions with settlers from the north, but something more sinister lurks near the ranch at night. Something that drains men of their blood and leaves them for dead. Ha! Vampires! Something that once attacked Nina 9 years ago. Believing Nina is dead, Nestor has been on the run from his grief ever since, moving from ranch to ranch, working, but no amount of drink can dispel the night terrors of sharp teeth. No woman can erase his childhood sweetheart from his mind. When the United States attacks Mexico in 1946, the two are brought abruptly together on the road to war. But the shock of their reunion and Nina's rage at Nestor for seemingly abandoning her long ago is quickly overshadowed by the appearance of a nightmare made flesh. And unless Nina and Nestor work together through their past and face the future together, neither will survive to see the dawn. Not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping that the romance would be between the character and a vampire, but... oh yeah, I have this as want to read. I literally feel like I just put it as want to read without even like reading the description because I knew that it was the author of The Hacienda. Okay, so 4.29 comes out August 15th. Horror, historical fiction, vampires. I want one of the main characters to be a vampire. I don't know if they are. I like vampires. I feel like I'm literally like 13. Like I just like am stuck in my Twilight phase. I just can't get out of it. So let me real quick and see what the add-ons are. Let's pretend we're making this my book, but we're not because you guys get to pick. But let's just see what they have available for add-ons. I want to see if they have anything specifically new. Historical fantasy, The Invisible Hour, Gone Tonight, a thriller. That looks good. The Bookbinder, historical fiction, and Just Another Missing Person, a thriller. Oh, Love Theoretically. I've been meaning to read that. Yeah, nothing else that is like super jumping out at me. Well, I do have to find an extra book beyond the book that like I just picked because it's my birthday month. And so I get another add-on for free because it's my birthday month. So I'm really excited. So I'm gonna have to do some digging and see like what else I want to add to my box. Although my credit for my birthday add-on doesn't look to be reflecting, which I don't love. So I might have to call them or email them unless somebody knows the secret of making that appear for me. So that is it for the August selections. It's a wild selection this month. There were some that I feel like I have lots of questions on all of those books. So I'm really, really curious to see what book you guys end up picking for me to do a spoiler talk on. Don't forget to go vote on that if the poll is still live. Of course, let me know what books you are getting in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye!